So far this has been really good. And the weather is fabulous. And I feel good. Just coasting backwards down the Athabasca right now in ideal conditions. The ball. I was off the river. It is the end of the first day. That would be July 3, and it was a good day. I believe we did over 70 kilometers charging the phone. And here we are on an island, which is just a narrow sandbar really, but it is lots of water between us and the shore, and there's even more on the other side, so I'm not too worried about bears. Why paddle when you don't have to? Now this is cruising on day 2, July 4th. That's perfect. fireworks tonight on the Athabasca River. I'm not even sure where the heck I am anymore, but gotta be probably 110 kilometers at least into our trip north from Fort McMurray. Like 7, I think. Yes, it is July 7th, and I'm very happy to be here. Straight through there, that's where I paddled from. Fletcher Channel opens up into the west end of the Athabasca there, and this is of course Fort Chipewyan from up on Mission Point. Museum down there. Be great. So that's got a crack and band on it just to keep it together.
Yeah.
And what did you say that was from London, and the year on that?
Cast in London, 1881.
And that was the bell on the fort. And he paddled that all the way across Canada and left it here when he got. The Slave River to the right. River is Rivière de Rochers. The water, we're going to get hit in a second. It's going to be brutal. Here it comes. Get right there. Is it going to get here? It's coming, but it's going across. It's so close. I think we're going to get it. Oh, it's going by. Come on. Well, you can have your gull rock of an island. It is now Wednesday, July the 9th, and we're on the Slave River. Last night got really hit with a wicked lightning and thunderstorm. Not too much wind, lots and lots of hard rain, and so I'm just recovering after a fairly hard day yesterday. What with portage, the tram car was broken, and yeah, so it is 9:45. My mornings are getting later and later as I go to sleep later and later. I got up last night at 1:00 a.m. and there was enough light you could read a book by it. It's as though the sun had just gone below the horizon. Very different. Long, long evenings. So just charging batteries. This morning it's rather incomplete yet. Having trouble with my cheap disposable Bic razor. Clogging up, but this is how I look. Wonderful. Kilometer 368 on the Slave River. Actually, that's 368 kilometers from Fort McMurray, and you can see that the Slave River is wide right here. It is a big campsite. Was the cabin on the right. Pulled in here last night about 7:15 in an outrageous lightning storm. It had been coming from the west, south. Welcome to Northwest Territories. We have crossed 60. Isn't it glorious? This is Fitzgerald. Town of Two. My ride will be here shortly. Oh, it's just huge.
Rocks right here, you can see the outcrop on this side here.
Okay, yeah, so I'd be able to look at it drop. So this is the rapids of the Drowned,
Yep.
but you figure the mountain's worse.
Well, the mountain is more narrow and more violent, way more violent than this.
Yeah, here it's spread out. Some of those are probably 8 feet high.
Oh yeah.
Or more. And we're on the top side looking down. Imagine looking up at it.
Yeah, so that's the boat launch over there. There's a pelican there.
Just beneath the rapids of the Drowned. Very smoky this morning. This is Fort Smith. And that's the direction of travel downstream towards Slave Lake north. It is the 11th of July, Friday. Bradley dropped me off here. Spent the night in. It's 11:15 p.m. on July the 11th. And now we are north on the Slave, north of Fort Smith. Bushes growing out at the top. That's where it's flat. So just a matter of cutting a few of those down to make enough room to fit the tent in there. Too mucky on the lower terrace. That is all mud up to your knees or above the knees even. Just a bit of a pain. I'm not even going to attempt to get water this morning. I'll wait till I'm out in the boat. 14th of July 2014, and this is my first glimpse of the Great Slave Lake with the smoke from obvious forest fires burning, I think, to the west. Makes it a little gloomy looking. However, it is a blue sky, perfectly no wind evening, and this is the channel that I just emerged from. Very hot today. Somewhat bearded, but my razor doesn't work very good. July 15, with smoke in the air on Moose Deer Island, Great Slave Lake, Monday around 3 o'clock. Not going anywhere today, just rehydrating, resting, eating, sleeping. And this is how it looks.
Bruce is coming. I was late to my own wedding. Father God, we thank you so much for this day. Beautiful day, Father. We just pray that this week we have great weather, Father.
resolution. Here just gave me a drive into town in this truck right there. Got some apples and bread and whatnot. Water is a little bit rough at the moment. It was 100. At 12, isn't it? People are gonna think I'm a tourist, eh? As far as the eye can see, a whole lot of water. Just rounded the point, just had lunch. And it's not very smoky, so we can actually see the horizon. Just like the... Good morning, it's July 19th already. Summer is passing by here in the morning. Saturday, I believe. Little estuary off the Great Slave Lake here. This is where I camped last night. Boat pulled up on a couple of logs. Tied up, of course. Tent back there. Order of business is the coffee. Breakfast. Just retrieved the food bags from the trees back in there. Hard to find good trees here. They're not very big right along the water. Bear banger. It surrounds you 360 degrees. And straight up is blue sky. So yeah, we got blue sky, but this does a complete loop, smoke with a little hole up above, and there's the shore. Yeah. That is looking out at the lake. Came in last night at 2:30 a.m. in the dark. It was dark. And right about there, about a mile and a half offshore, was the channel marker, which was awesome to find, bobbing in and out of sight with the swell safely to Hay River, the community itself. And right now I'm going over there to that public beach. Apparently there's a campground up the hill from there. I slept here on the sand last night from about 3:15 a.m. until 10 a.m. this morning. And this is it. I'll get in this boat probably the last time right now to paddle over there, if my arrangements work out. So it is.
You know about it.